The world's premier 7v7 event reaches semi-finals day at WakeMed Soccer Park in Cary, North Carolina. Welcome to the soccer tournament on Peacock. We start off today with women's semi-final action, Iowa Demon Hawks and City Soccer. A high noon start as we wind the field down. 76 teams came to Cary in the hunt for the winner-takes-all $1 million prize across 3 disciplines. By later today, we'll know who'll contest Championship Monday and the finals in the hunt for the winning bounty. Welcome in, Tony Husband along with Shari Rose. Looking forward to an excellent Sunday, semi-final Sunday. We're really drawing this down now to the contenders, Shari. Now, our first match is actually 2 teams who are new to the competition, but they got loads of experience. Exactly. Both teams are riddled with veteran players of small-sided soccer. The Demon Hawks, they're riding the back of Andrea Paleo-Pau, who has 5 of their 7 goals. She is the anchor of this Demon Hawk squad. And on the other side, it's been totally a team effort as the City Soccer squad has had 7 different goal scorers for their 11 goals. All right, so we should see, fingers crossed, plenty of goals in this one. Let's take a look at the rules of this competition. For those of you watching TST for the first time, 2 18-minute halves in the men's and women's disciplines. There are no offsides or throw-ins in this form of the game. You kick the ball in for a restart from the side. And every match ends with the drama of target score time. And let's have a look at an example of how this all works out. You go into a third period of play effectively, and it is the team leading plus 1 goal that is needed to get target score time. So if a score is 2-1 at the end of regulation, 3 would be the target score. US women have walked away with the money, and later on they'll continue their quest for a three-peat. But these 2 teams have got something they want to say about that. Away we go in the semi-finals. Thanks for joining us here on a beautiful lunchtime in Cary, North Carolina at WakeMed Soccer Park. The city of Cary stepping up once again to deliver a superb event. And the first shot on goal coming in from Iowa, who are wearing the yellow kits. City Soccer are in the blue and playing from right to left on your screens. And both these teams have impressed so far.
Well, City Soccer is the only women's team to remain undefeated. They were undefeated through their group stage, and then, as you mentioned, beat Reunion City Dallas 3-0 in the quarters. It really has been a team effort. As I mentioned, 7 different goal scorers. The 2 players that were hot in the quarterfinals were Amy Neal, that had a brace, and then Bree Folds, that had her 2nd golden fleece as she scored for Reunion City in target score time yesterday.
The referee is Deborah Silvera.
Well done. Well done.
Some early substitutions as well from both sides. Warm conditions, it being midday, but there is a nice breeze, a cool easterly breeze blowing across this field and indeed the soccer park, which across the week has had 7 fields in play. 160 matches will have been completed by the time we wrap it all up tomorrow night on Championship Monday. This is a fine run all the way down the line by Franco, and ultimately it comes to nothing, but they can rebuild from inside their own half.
And City Soccer's really done their homework. I was talking to their assistant coach, Taylor Clark, who's the Wake Forest assistant coach. He's been helping out Corey Admonson, the head coach, and he said they've really looked at how the different styles of TST soccer have emerged this week. There's some teams that love to play it into the target and work off of them. Other teams will like to do what we see the Demon Hawks doing, where they're trying to play it down the flank and get a service in. So whereas some teams will like to go direct into that target player, other teams will really try and build and try and create number advantages on the flanks. And then, of course, I was really impressed with the Demon Hawks yesterday because they sat back some in that KC2 game, and they really were able to capitalize on just a mispass by the KC2 goalkeeper. So even though they have some flair in the attack, they're also quite composed defensively.
So very good in the transitional moments. You still can see the kind of low block played by some teams in here. And, of course, as the tactics move on during the game, that's one of the great things about the 7v7 format. It can explode into a very different type of game very quickly. It can go from cautious and defensive to suddenly it's all-out attack and the field gets very stretched. Even though we're playing on 65 yards by 45, sometimes it can feel large, sometimes it's all compacted in there.
Free kick City.
It's going to be a restart with a kick in. All City Soccer beat Reunion City Dallas to reach these semi-finals with a brace from Amy Neal. Here's Kayla Dickerman. And you can see what they were trying to do there, just touch it on for the runner into the box.
I'd like to see if Amy can't get that ball and flick it on to somebody else. She's really been trying to evolve her abilities up top and become more versatile. Sometimes she'll turn and shoot. Sometimes she'll just try and hold it up and find people running underneath her.
Good, Amy. Good. Go ahead, Bree. Come. Something middle. Good.
That's a nice bit of skill, and the field does open up for a little bit. The early ball, which is repelled by City Soccer in the dark blue kits, and away they come now. Dickerman again. Can she set something up at the byline? Well, she can win the game's first corner.
You see both of these teams using their subs wisely. They want to have fresh legs. So after 3-4 minutes, you might see a line change.
Gone for the near post with a corner. Sarah, you've been watching the women's competition intently all week, calling lots of games all around this complex. How impressed have you been with what we've seen?
Well, the technical ability of these players is just unbelievable. You can see how comfortable they are with the ball in tight spaces. And then, as we've said, the strategies of the coaches have consistently evolved. We're seeing a lot of different opportunities for players. Like you said, let's play in a low block, let the team move the ball around, and can we pounce and win a ball and go into transition? Whereas other teams are really trying to just ping it into a target player and see what they can make off of it, playing much more direct.
Every team chasing the prize of champion. US women have won the first 2 editions of the women's event here at TST. They will be up in the other semi-final, which is coming up after this game. Now here's a chance for City Soccer. Opened up for a moment, but Iowa have worked very hard, tigerishly in there to try and make the tackles. It still could come to the edge of the penalty area here, but Folds unable to get on the end of that. MK in midfield. Monica Conley.
She's another player who's really evolved her style of play. She's played at Mississippi State and then has been just doing that indoor circuit, has a tremendous presence up top, but really trying to build her decision-making. Sometimes she might play a little too quickly when she should hold the ball a little bit more, but she was able to open scoring for City Soccer in their first game when they defeated Simply Football FC in the opening game of TST.
And you mentioned Simply Football there, and of course we will see them up against US women in the next semi-final. So who knows, they could be on for a rematch in the final. A little bit of work to do before they get to that point. But you think of US women, of course, you always think of so many internationals, so many players who've graced major competitions. There are 13 former World Cup players, men's and women's, who've been here at TST this week. So we attract some of the most recognizable, some of the great names from today and yesteryear.
And I think that's the beauty of this tournament. You have these young players that, some of whom are 15, 16, 17 years old, getting ready to go pro or go to college. And then you have a number of players that have finished college and are still extending their careers. Maybe it's through the MASLW, maybe it's through U.S. Mini Soccer, maybe it's through the U.S. national team or the Canadian national team. You've seen a number of futsal national team players from across the world showing up here on the pitches this week.
Hearing the constant encouragement of coaches on both sides. Christine Souza and Tiago Eckert for Iowa. You mentioned Corey Adamson, lead head coach effectively for City Soccer. There's a lot of support staff, a lot of assistant coaches as well along that sideline. You can bring 20 rostered players. Unless you're competing in the mixed, when you can actually list 30 on your roster. First year of the mixed event as well, which is building momentum towards tomorrow's final. More of that later today.
And a number of these Demon Hawks are doing double duty, playing for the Peluche Hawks, as that's a save there by Lala.
Yeah, 16 of the team actually playing in the mixed, rostered in the mixed event at least.
Powell has 5 goals for the Demon Hawks and then 3 goals for that mixed squad. 8 goals over the course of this week. That's number 11 in yellow, Andrea Caleo Powell.
Yeah, they're very, very big on the nicknames, aren't they? Now, we've got an injury on the edge of the penalty area here after that clash. Wilder's the player down for City Soccer. And Bridget's back up onto her feet now. And it's AZ.
Just a late step there, it looks like, after the ball was won.
Just past the midway point of the first half in the first semi-final. Two teams debuting as brands and as team names in this competition this year. That's a tip over the top. The shot was a fierce one from Romero, and it'll be a corner.
Demon Hawks with the corner kick.
One of the things that's been successful for a number of these teams is trying to take that quick shot. Even if it's not going to go in, it may cause a deflection or a parry like that, and you get another opportunity off of it.
Caitlin Kellogg with the save. Had Mark Howard, the Wrexham goalkeeper, with me last night for a game, sorry, and he was saying that, you know, these balls, the Voigt ball, which is the official soccer ball of TST, these balls can move. They had a slightly softer compression feel on the outside, so when you strike them, and of course you think of the air as well, sometimes quite humid, although cooler today, all those little small factors that come into players at such an elite level. Franco with the interception at the back and brought away by Kayla Dickerman. He can pick up possession again now. You see Keown at the back at the moment.
And Keown's one of those veterans who played with Old Train last year. She actually had 3 goals last year. Hasn't really gotten on the board much, but the coaches were saying she does all the dirty work. You see her recovering back defensively. If we were keeping the hockey in, it would be the second assist. She's really been tremendous for this squad. Just hasn't gotten on the scoreboard per se.
Good hockey. Well, we're in a good place to do that right now in Kane's country. Stanley Cup finals coming. Everybody in there are very excited about that. What a great few sporting days we have coming up around Cary, Raleigh, all around North Carolina. They went early, and ultimately the shot is wide from Bettina.
Bettina is dangerous in that transition. She's a very dominating presence in the box, but she can move when she needs to.
There was a hand in there. Right, on June 11th, history will be made. The FIFA World Cup 2026 comes to North America. Catch every match, every moment, live in Spanish on Telemundo and Peacock. Every day is just inching that bit closer. The US men's national team have a warm-up game here in North Carolina later today. They take on Senegal in Charlotte. Great to see all the shirts representing so many nations all around the village here. So much to do outside of just watching the games. Free kick.
It's really become like a global soccer festival. You think of the number of different teams from different nations, but also a tremendous number of players from around the world. So exciting to watch. Last night we had the drums banging the entire time during the quarterfinal matches. Fantastic atmosphere here.
They really did add a sense of drama to target score time as Furia and Kings League All-Stars were battling away in their quarterfinal on the men's side. Men's semi-final action later on today as well.
Great stuff, girl. Great stuff. Well done.
Just the 4 minutes left in a scoreless first half.
You're first into the target. You never stop and stay. Your defender stops and stays. You go through.
Hearing Corey Adamson barking the instructions to his team from the sidelines.
Okay. Go with your left foot.
Adamson is a veteran of indoor soccer. He played 12 years with the Ambush in St. Louis and went to Wisconsin. Only retired a couple of years ago. So, as we mentioned, one of the strategists of this TST squad that's constantly barking different orders at his team, trying to see if they can't implement the game plan. And that game plan depends on whether it's first half, second half, or target score time.
Out of play. Decision goes the way of the Demon Hawks, and interestingly we do have now 4 officials per game from this point of the competition as well, so a little bit of extra assistance running the lines. Remember, no offsides though. Bettina has made a little run down that channel.
That's good. You're good. You're good. You're good. Well done. That's excellent. That's excellent. Well done, Brady. Well done, guys. Well
Who do you think's going to be happier right now, Sari, with this first 15 minutes or so?
Well, I think the Demon Hawks are comfortable not having possession. So this is a game we saw a little bit yesterday with KC2. They were comfortable with the other team, kind of knocking the ball around, just making sure they couldn't get anything off of that penetrating pass. So I think Demon Hawks are comfortable with the score. I think Coach Adamson would like to see more from his target players. They've really struggled to possess or find other runners. And that's a kudos to the defense of the Demon Hawks.
Thank you.
I'm not sure if Coach Adamson has to be mic'd up, given how loud
Well,
he is on the
I gotta
sidelines.
say, we can just step out for a second if he wants. And here's the chance, and Caitlin Kellogg makes the save. The Demon Hawks found a little pathway through, and from close range, there was Jessica Gazelia, who was denied.
And City Soccer struggling to get back and recover defensively, but a big-time kick save by Kellogg. Kellogg played at Gardner-Webb and then transferred and had her last season at Coastal Carolina.
It's a great ball across the 6-yard box as well, inviting for somebody, and then a miss kick from Marianne sends it out of play. So a little bit of respite for City Soccer. Like you said, I think you set that up pretty well there, sorry, because you thought Iowa would be moderately the more happy of the two, and then we saw an example probably why. They pressed the accelerator button and almost found a way through, only to be denied by Caitlin Kellogg in the City Soccer goal. But here come the team in blue. It is City Soccer Swolski. They've retained possession nicely here. They can use Bridget Wilder anchoring at the back. Final seconds, first half. Still no score. Two teams looking for a spot in the final. Could be just about all she wrote for the opening period of play. And that is half-time. City Soccer and Iowa Demon Hawks battling away. A grueling first 18 minutes, not too many chances, but the Demon Hawks were denied in the latter stages of the opening period. Stats, highlights, all to come. City Soccer 0, Iowa Demon Hawks 0. You're watching TST on Peacock. The soccer tournament is presented by RBC Wealth Management, the official. The soccer tournament is presented by RBC Wealth Management, the official wealth management sponsor of TST. Welcome back to Kerry, WakeMed Soccer Park. Halftime. Let's take a look at our halftime stats brought to you by RBC Wealth Management. And you can see that the Demon Hawks have had the 5 shots so far on goal, including going closest just before the break. Drawing the save from Caitlin Kellogg in the City Soccer goal. They've had just a 1 shot in this opening period, but they have probably had more possession. Sorry, what do you read into what we see there?
Well, once again, I think, as you mentioned, City Soccer has been able to knock the ball around. They just haven't been able to play off of that target. Defensively, the Demon Hawks have been tremendous, and a lot of those shots have come off of opportunities in transition that they've taken advantage of.
All right, 6 shots, no goals so far. Who is heading to the final of the women's event here at TST? Second half of Kerry coming soon. Think your team has what it takes to compete against Landon Donovan and others for a chance to win $1 million? Well, find out how to be a part of TST 2027 at TST7v7.com. The crest of the Demon Hawks, debutant this year in TST, and their team has progressed their way to a semi-final. The question is, can they go one step further? But this group, City Soccer, held up defensively in that first half, and will they have the legs and the fitness to carry them through in the second half? Remember, the Demon Hawks, many of their roster have a mixed knockout game to play later as well. Here they come. They sought some shade during the interval and re-emerge.
What's so interesting is right now I'm really so impressed with the Iowa Demon Hawks' defensive composure. Coming into this event, we were looking at the Demon Hawks to just be prolific goal scorers. The MASLW team that is the namesake of this team, they scored over 130 goals in their indoor season. And some of the players from that Demon Hawk squad are also prolific goal scorers, like Martha Saez. She had 3 goals in that indoor championship. Silvia Eliserio, she had 2 goals in the final. Nelly Ramos had 2 goals in the final. But this tournament has really all been about their defensive composure. They have only scored 7 goals, and 5 of those were by Pau.
And we are just moments away now from
And Pau, whose name we didn't mention too much in that first half. Away we go. Second half, and straight away, or what looks like an uncomfortable moment, and then a shot fired wide. But they're going to have to get the athletic trainer on, because that immediately looked like it could be a problem.
It actually looked like that was non-contact as well. Just went down, and terrific turn by Folds.
Yeah, it's Bree Folds. Now, this is a real blow if she's unable to continue. She's scored 2 target score time winners already, including the quarterfinal goal that brought them into these semi-finals.
And Folds was a player that was kind of a little bit late to this team. She had a terrific career at Auburn, and then as a local Cary kid. And so when Taylor Culp was assembling this team with Corey Adamson, he was trying to find those players that he felt like could really complement the roster, and she was one of them.
Worrying moment for teammates as Folds continues to receive some treatment on the field, and they'll take every precaution.
As we mentioned, a number of the players on this City Soccer FC squad actually were here last year in the semifinals with Old Train. So Kelsey Keown, who we had highlighted earlier, was electric last year for All Train, had a number of goals, including a lone goal in the semis. She's been pretty quiet this TST tournament, but doing a lot of the dirty work that leads to those goals. Same thing, another player to highlight we haven't said too much about is number 16, Aaron Yenny. Yenny had 2 goals and 2 assists last year with Old Train, and another player that the coaches were just extremely complimentary of, despite not getting on the scoreboard.
And the depth and strength of that roster will be tested, and of course you inevitably in any tournament suffer setbacks and injuries along the way, and this is a moment where City Soccer are experiencing that at the moment as Bree Folds continues to receive treatment on the field, and the crowd watching on pensively, and the teammates just having to refocus, concentrate back on the game, while they also are thinking about their teammate receiving treatment on the field. So we have a delay at the start of this second half, 0-0 between City Soccer and Iowa Demon Hawks. We'll step out for a second and rejoin you in a moment. Welcome back to TST after the injury timeout. Bree Folds has been taken off the field, assisted by staff and athletic trainers. Corey Adamson, City Soccer head coach, was over there as well, and she's continuing to just receive some treatment and get some comfort on the sideline, and we truly hope that whatever that injury might be, and we won't speculate on it, but we hope that it's not going to be too bad for her. She's getting some care over there right now to assess that injury. So in the meantime, City Soccer have to continue without a player who's scored a couple of very useful goals so far for them, Sari, in this tournament. So just a psychological rethink for them a little bit. They know that Bree won't be out there now, most likely for the rest of this game at the very least.
We're seeing number 10, Amy Neal, up top in that position now. They've rotated, as we mentioned. There's about 3 or 4 different players that will rotate into that top spot for City Soccer. Neal now looking to probably get more minutes for the City Soccer squad with Folds out of the rotation.
Well, introduces the pride of South Florida. City Soccer on the defense at the start of this second half. Another block goes in there. We talked a lot, Sari, at halftime about those blocks going in, hurling bodies, legs in the way, getting in the way of those often pretty fierce shots from that void ball, the official ball of TST.
I mean, we want to keep that ball either on the ground or kind of like knee-high so you can get that deflection off of it. Anything that goes high is almost a wasted shot. So it's really those worm burners across the turf that are the most dangerous from distance at times.
Game's first yellow card there.
It's a little bit of a gentlewoman foul, as I would say. The last thing you want is a player streaking towards goal. So perfectly honest to pick up the foul there.
Madison Feldman in the book.
Free kick. Iowa.
Maria stands over this one.
And no offside, so there is a Demon Hawk lurking by the post there as well.
Steps out the way, and then it's hit by Gazelia. And then helped into the back post, and into the net it goes! The breakthrough for the Demon Hawks in the semi-final.
And that's a goal! Demon Hawks!
Out comes the Vuvuzela, and this is all about the delivery.
And once again, it's that second ball in, and that is number 7, Alana, who has her first goal of the tournament.
Over City Soccer.
And as we mentioned, those rebounds and second chances are so dangerous, and that's going to be the difference maker to put the Demon Hawks up top. And unbelievable effort there.
And you said, sorry, just before the free kick was taken as well, about the fact there's no offsides, and you can hang around and you can just put a sense of doubt in a goalkeeper's mind if you're in there. And that ball lifted in. She didn't really need to make too much contact on it as it came through, but just being there caused enough of a problem, and it got past Kellogg and into the net. And the Demon Hawks are in front, and they're one step closer. Let's have a look here. Does she actually make contact with it? Maybe there's just the merest touch as the ball drops down. She certainly claimed it.
And that was... Romero definitely made it difficult for Kellogg to get on the end of it. But it does appear...
Here at the other end, there's a shot, and it's saved as MK. Monica Garnley turned and shot it straight at the goalkeeper.
Once again, it's that quick ball into the target. MK gets brought down, but it gets up quickly to get that shot in on Lala.
She'll be disappointed with the shot in the end, actually, won't she? Because if she goes either side, that's going to be very difficult for Lala to save.
Lala has been tremendous in goal for this Demon Hawk squad, and what I love about her is she'll come out and make a big-time save off of the body, and then she's beating her chest, turning to the stands, hyping everybody up. Such an emotional player.
City Soccer trying to get in again, and I think looking for a little bit of contact, perhaps you would say, and for the referee to bite Deborah Silveira. She's not. It's a corner.
You feel it. I know you feel it. Come on.
Corner kick, City Soccer.
He went down to the box. There's a lot of movement in that box as the corner's delivered. Iowa can bring it out. So we're halfway through the second half, but we should add, of course, we had a considerable injury stoppage when Brie Folds went down in the early seconds of this second half. So we'll go a little bit beyond the 18 minutes that is the regulation time.
That was a great touch there by Addis, number 5. As we talked about the rotation. Neal, number 10 up top. Addis, number 5 up top. MK, number 20 up top for blue. Each player has a different talent and adds a different flair for City Soccer. And they are generous with those subs.
Find the split, find the split, find the split, find the split. Yeah.
Now that will be a foul. Feldman getting the push through the back. I feel now, since the goal as well, has just raised the tempo down there a little bit. It feels hot.
It's not so much the initial strike as Bettina keeps knocking the ball forward. A little bit of gamesmanship there by the Demon Hawk. Just
applying everything just to try and put them off.
So Addis is on this back post with Dickerman, who keeps floating from the PK spot into the 6.
Franco, one of those standing over the free kick alongside Brooke Miller. There's Miller. 1 goal in the tournament so far. Three strong Demon Hawks wall. And then in the end, it was lifted by Miller over the top. Now the US men's national team takes on Senegal in the All-State Continental Classico today, 3:30 Eastern from Charlotte, 5 on TNT and Telemundo, or stream on Max and Peacock. You also get your tickets now at ussoccer.com/tickets. We're in the Charlotte area, just down to the south of us, up here in Cary, North Carolina. World Cup warm-up, another one to come next week at Soldier Field in Chicago for Mauricio Pochettino and his World Cup roster. That'll be a free kick.
Germany has been training just down the road at Wake Forest. Another beautiful facility here in North Carolina. It's really such a soccer state between the universities that have such a history of soccer, and you can see tussle there.
Yeah, Valdez ended up with the card.
It's interesting to see these set pieces. The last one was clearly choreographed by City Soccer, and a little bit different setup here, although Addis is still floating in the goal box.
Yenny started off around the ball and now has just moved away a little bit. 2-person wall, and the header away from just on the edge of the 6-yard box by Law. City Soccer again, trailing with 5 minutes and plenty of change to go in regulation.
And so many of these teams see the first and second half as really the appetizer, where target score time is the main meal, and so they're comfortable as long as they're keeping it close going into target score time because they have their system of play, and City Soccer is extremely confident come target score time.
Absolutely, you keep your opponent at least in touching distance. Although, of course, we have seen 1 or 2 historic, remarkable comebacks from big deficits in the past, but it's certainly harder when you go into target score time if you've got to make up 3-4 goals. But of course it can happen because of the very distinct nature of the way the teams reduce in numbers.
Well,
shots over the top.
It was last year in the opening game for Old Train, coached by Adamson. They went down 4 goals to Wrexham and ended up having 5 unanswered goals in his target score time. Yenny actually had 2 of them and an assist in that dramatic comeback in the opening round of the 2025 tournament.
Yes, they're a prime example of what can happen and the crazy chaos we can see in target score time. By the way, just wrapping up our World Cup chat, we're talking about the great facilities in North Carolina and the game for the US men's national team in Charlotte today. And there'll be a Charlotte FC player, Tim Ream, will captain the US men's national team at the upcoming World Cup finals. Congratulations to him. What a fantastic career, and hopefully a big chapter still to come in these next few weeks, leading the US on home soil.
Really brings experience to that young squad, as there are a number of new players on that roster.
No doubt. Give it a week or two, it'll be just about all anybody's talking about. Day by day as the games take place. 104 matches, of course, to this biggest World Cup finals ever. Reminder, we have a team that knows all about World Cup finals. US women up against Simply Football. Coming up at 1:30 Eastern. Our coverage continuing on NBC and Peacock today from TST. Semi-final Sunday. City Soccer trailing and looking for the equalizer.
Good battle there between Aroños and Alana.
Simple back. Don't let her out. Brooke, we need to try and turn somebody here. Go on. It's okay. Hey, turn, we got
Demon Hawks with the restart, and they go long. You could do that this year in TST, launch it right across the halfway line. So it does bring in an element of, if you want to go really direct, previous years you had to have some kind of contact with the ball before it went across the halfway line from the long balls, from the restarts from keepers.
Nothing middle, Kayla. Nothing middle, go. Yes, Amy. Yes, Brooke, go.
Law is the anchor at the back at the moment.
That's really some of the best possession we've seen the Demon Hawks have in the second half, whereas City Soccer is sitting back a little bit more than they had previously been.
Nothing that side, MK, good. You're still here. Go.
Well, that was a promising situation, but an errant pass. Let's City Soccer back in. They might be in here. Interception came from Salcedo.
Keep coming. Get her, Addie. Go, Addie. Good, Tristan.
Zadia.
Go ahead, MK. Go.
Recycled back and then hit very long and too long by Law.
We have not seen Powell on the pitch really much. I wonder if they're just saving her for target score time. As we mentioned, Powell has 8 goals this tournament, 5 for the women, 3 for the men. 2 target score time golden fleeces as well.
He brought that ball down and has done really well to retain possession for City Soccer. Ultimately, they're going to lose out. So we hit 18 minutes. Now, at this point, normally we would get the whistle, but we're going to play 3 additional minutes. That's due to the injury to Bree Folds at the start of the second half. Yeah, Powell's 5 goals in the women's competition make her the joint top scorer coming into the semi-finals.
Really assuming she's getting the right place at the right time.
That's given away, and it's going to be a second.
And that's a goal. Demon Hawks, number 11.
And there she is. Right at the moment when you want your goal scorer to pop up. We've hardly mentioned her name, but Powell has a super 6th goal in the women's tournament, and potentially, critically here, she has a 2nd for the Demon Hawks.
And that is just good defensive pressure. She's composed. She waits for that errant pass by City Soccer and just pounces on it and then buries it with her left foot.
Huge goal in added time at the end of the second half. And the Demon Hawks now find themselves another goal closer to being in the $1 million match. City Soccer will want to try and get something on the board if they can before target score time, or they face the prospect of needing to score 3. Two teams with bags of experience and plenty of players who know all about this format and this competition, but indeed, as City Soccer and the Demon Hawks, their first year in the competition. And there's another interception there. Alana. City Soccer got to be careful they don't concede another one on one of these breakaways, but they've one possession back, and that's going to be, well, pretty comfortable for Lala.
Uncharacteristic bobble there by the keeper, but she is just an unbelievable shot stopper.
Salcedo with some lovely skill and then bringing it downfield, and now the Demon Hawks are in a useful position again. And that's going to be a free kick. And a yellow card.
These are really fun, just with the late effort there. You see her just kind of step in and clip the Demon Hawk player there, number 14, Cassia. So this is a terrific opportunity here in the remaining moments of the second half for the Demon Hawks. As we said, these set pieces are so vital during this tournament.
Alana Alencar leaves it, and they worked it instead to her at the near post. Clever little move, but with that the whistle goes, and we're going to go into target score time with the Demon Hawks needing just that one more goal to secure their place in the $1 million match. Can City Soccer find a way back? Target score time is coming next on Peacock. The soccer tournament is presented by RBC Wealth Management. The soccer tournament is presented by RBC Wealth Management, the official wealth management sponsor of TST, and by Soccer.com, an official partner of the soccer tournament. Semi-final Sunday underway in Cary, North Carolina, WakeMed Soccer Park, and the crowd set for our first target score time in these semi-finals. The target score is set. This is how it works. It's the leading team's score +1, and the first team to hit that target score wins the match. And of course, to add something into this, players are removed every 3 minutes, so you can go from 7v7 all the way down to 4v4, 3v3, all the way down. And there's also the incentive not to fall foul of the backfield violation, which is a new rule this year. So from the start, you have 15 seconds to get the ball into the other team's half, and then you can't take it back into your own half, or you surrender possession. And Sari Rose, as we watch on here and get ready for target score time, possession, particularly as the numbers diminish, possession becomes so essential.
Exactly. It's really a matter of, can you keep possession and can you find that moment? What is interesting, as you mentioned, with the backfield violation is this Demon Hawks team, traditionally, Lala likes to stay in and around her box. She's not going to get forward as much, whereas we've seen Caitlin Kellogg, the goalkeeper for City Soccer, she's extremely comfortable playing outside of her box, and so it makes it a lot easier for City Soccer to have that extra player up in the attacking half. So definitely a twist from 11v11, and we've seen a number of goalkeepers struggle with that, having to play so high up at the pitch because of that backfield violation rule.
As we get the numbers down, you often see them up playing in and around the opposing penalty area. It's real jeopardy, and then of course if there's a turnover in possession, the question is how quickly can you sub out. You'll also of course see outfield players don the pinny, potentially just to be a sweeper keeper, and then they'll bring the specialist keeper back in when they're on defense. I mean, it's a very, very nuanced and clever way of working your way tactically through the drama of target score time.
Very much a chess match indeed, as we saw that exact scenario happen last night with Solo FC.
Straight away, City Soccer almost get a goal back, because remember, they start target score time needing 3, and they were nearly gifted 1 just to start. But straight away an injury as well after this play here, and the shot that came in from Kelsey Keown.
Hey, she's got to come off. Yes, she does. It's in the rules.
And now Coach Adamson saying that actually the keeper needs to come off if they're going to have an injury time. So Lala has put in a number of minutes for this Demon Hawks team, and really has come up massive for them on a number of occasions. So
Okay. Look at Eli over here.
She just went down, made the save, and then immediately motioned towards the sideline that she wanted to have the athletic trainers come out and take a look at her. So they will do that. And we have another stoppage. So this is very similar to the start of the second half, where unfortunately Bree Folds went down with the injury and led to a delay. And we have the same situation now here in target score time. The difference you'll notice is that the clock can stop at this point. So there we are at 2:32 in the 7v7 type matchup right now.
And the Demon Hawks do have another goalkeeper, Natalie Barboza. She does not seem to be warming up on the sideline, so they are hoping for Lala to go back in. There's a good look at the reserve keeper for the Demon Hawks.
Natty on the back of her shirt. So she's primed and ready if she's needed. But it looks like Lala is okay.
And she picked up a bit of a black eye during an earlier play. As I said, she has just been a workhorse in the back line for them. Not afraid to put her body out in the line.
She's been in the wars. Seems to be all right for now as Franco goes down the right-hand side. They look for the cross. Promising start from City Soccer to this stage of the match, the target score time. They have a corner.
Definitely come out on the front foot, looking to see if they can't whittle away.
And they've got one back from the corner. They've halved the deficit. And Lala looks disconsolate as MK wheels away to celebrate. City Soccer right back in this game. And in the hunt for the money. It may even have actually been an own goal, or did MK just get that little deft touch to nod it into the corner of the net?
But we'll get credited to Maniga Carnley, MK. She opened the scoring for the City Soccer squad in the opening game. Has been quiet ever since, but comes up big for City Soccer in target score time.
halving in an instant the Demon Hawks lead and capitalizing on a very good start from Corey Adamson's side to target score time. MK, as she's known, just getting ahead on that deflection, sticking it into the corner. And now we got a real game on here. Suddenly Iowa's lead feels so much more tenuous. And here they come again. And Lala had to come out. Again, she starts from a pretty deep position, as you pointed out, Sari, earlier on. Remember, though, just one goal is enough for the Demon Hawks to take them to the final. And they have their best spell of possession thus far in the target score time. Alana playing it across, and they'll retrieve it through Powell, and they went back into their own half, and there we have a backfield violation. Remember, you can't play the ball back in your own half without a change in possession. They've handed the initiative back to City Soccer.
Just an uncharacteristic mistake there by Powell. Number 11, Adriana Paola, goes by Powell. 6 goals in the women's side, but she actually scores a lot of those transitioning from defense into the attack.
We're down to 6v6 now. So the clock counting down from 3 again. Feeling that the treatment was a little heavy. We have 4 officials, remember, on these semi-finals and championship matches. Pedro Silveira is the lead official in the middle. And here comes City Soccer again.
Brooke Miller, the Demon Deacon, with that strike. She's another one that was brought onto the squad by Taylor Kolb. So she's just a fantastic role player.
Tracking to clear as well for City Soccer, and pulled this back to 2-1. Powell plays it back. They're right hovering on that halfway line. They've got to watch out for that. Remember, they have to stay now in City Soccer's half, and they've opened up the field on the other side. This could win it. It's kicked over. Kellogg has come up big there to turn that over the top.
And just a fantastic look by the Demon Hawks. This is a long switch, changing the point of the attack. Gets on the end of it, but Kellogg is going to stay big and parries that ball over the top. Fantastic save off of the shot by number 8, Alana.
Alana had a lot of space when that ball was received and must have thought this is the chance to seal it. Remember, the Demon Hawks only need the 1 goal, but right now they've got to defend again, because here comes City Soccer, and it was Keown who chose to play it infield. I wonder whether it might have been worth a gamble. Have a go.
Sometimes the players got to be a little more selfish, especially in target score time.
Okay, back out there at the center of things. Clock winding down on 6v6. First semi-final. US Women in Simply Football coming up next on NBC. And that's gone wide for a corner. Now the game not just being played physically on the field, but in the heads of these players.
Exactly. It's all about having composure, smart passes.
Good delivery and well cleared. The clock will expire on 6v6, and we're now moving down to 5-on-5.
We're now down to
It
5.
looks like City Soccer are going to bring Kellogg out because they're in possession of the ball, so they are going to bring in effectively the sweeper keeper. An outfield player is Don the Pinney. So when they're on They're going to play with Yenny, I believe, who's put the penny on.
And Yenny's really been a stalwart for this team, has a ton of small-sided experience. She's one of the captains.
Playing as the anchor and keeping the ball, of course, as they have to, inside the Demon Hawks half. The only goal in target score time has been from City Soccer. The Demon Hawks get one, they're through. 2 needed for City Soccer. Can they set up a next goal win scenario? Yenny again. Content to just play to the left and then play to the right. They've got the numbers, they've got the space.
And good movement by number 10, Neil, across the box, trying to see if they can't find her in a pocket.
It's Amy Neal on the edge of the 6-yard box. Yenny again. You notice how they're just inching forward in terms of territory as well. Just keeping working, keeping the ball. Now the switch all the way to the right, back it goes to Yenny. This is a long spell of possession now from the City Soccer team, who playing their way back into this semi-final, getting a goal back in target score time, sensing this might be another moment to pounce.
And they've switched Neil off, and Addis is back in on that far side, so rotating players, trying to see if they can't find an opening and break free.
Brooke Miller is in the middle there as the cross comes in, the deflection cleared, and now a chance for possession for the Demon Hawks, and they've got to retreat, and then the tackle comes in. Now, was that a sliding challenge? It was. It's going to be a yellow card.
And we've seen a number of times where the team that wins tries to just poke it forward and see if they can't catch the keeper out of box, but that was Addis with the slide tackle.
Can't leave your feet to make that kind of slide challenge, even if it looks like a very well-timed challenge. We saw that in a game yesterday where there was what would be an 11-a-side football, a very good challenge, but you can't leave your feet and make the slide challenge in this game because not everybody's out there is wearing shin pads.
Exactly, and you can see City Soccer has more players than most in shin guards, maybe as a testament to sort of their ruggedness and the fact that they are feverish and furious in defense.
Powell, they're winding down now on 5v5. The Demon Hawks need just one. Alana, oh, she's wasted possession, and it's going to go back to City Soccer. And at this point, we're going down to 4 on 4.
So another transition. They're going to bring back in a field player, as you mentioned. When teams are in the attack, they put a field player in goal. When it switches to defending, they'll bring back the goalkeeper. Pressure here by the Demon Hawks.
Now don't forget, they've got to get this ball upfield as well, otherwise they're going to have to hand over possession. 15 seconds is needed, so they're going to have to drive through Kelsey Keown. And they just got there with an advantage played as well by the referee. Erin Yenny again with the bid. We're 4 on 4 for a place in the final. City Soccer still need 2 goals if they're to get through. The Demon Hawks took a 2-goal lead into target score time, but in truth they've really not threatened much in this phase of the game at all.
Really letting City Soccer have possession and control the match, and just trying to pounce on the right opportunity if they can.
Brooke Miller is the player inside the penalty area. Alison Feldman down on this near side. Now they work it for Miller. Keeper came out, retreats. Played square. Feldman leaves it. It's back for Yenny. Are they going to gear up to try and get a shot in? 3 yellow shirts providing the wall at the moment. It's Lala in goal. Goldman again, far side it goes. Miller, they're inching their way closer. They didn't get there, and Lala gets possession. And Yenny has had to retreat. They don't sub the keeper, so right now, this could be a problem because Alana has taken a tumble. Did she get the decision as we...
And they are looking to make subs, although trying to see if Demon Hawks play quickly, and Yenny is still in goal. They were unable to get the keeper back on Kellogg.
So Kellogg stays out, and they're going to have to do this without a keeper, but they've turned it over. Alana couldn't keep it in.
Little confusion on the sidelines as they're trying to figure out what to do and when that ball is going to restart.
That was a really messy sequence, wasn't it, really? Because we saw potential foul, then it goes out, then we see some subs. Not sure who's getting possession. It's back with City Soccer now. We're at 4v4. We're not far away, as you can see on the clock on the screen, from this game going to 3v3. Yenny now, she's got away, and they've got the numerical advantage at the moment as well, because Alana's out of this, and it's played over to the left. It's Brooke Miller, it's played for Yenny, it's helped onto the far side, MK's in the middle as well, and the shot flashes across goal and goes wide. They've turned the ball back over, and we're going to go to 3v3 for a place in the final.
Just an excellent opportunity. Yenny with the juke, and she's going to go into the attack, plays it out to their left to Miller, and then Miller plays it all the way across back to Yenny, who finds Addis. Addis just unable to get the angle, and that sails wide of the goal. A missed opportunity there for City Soccer to equalize.
And they've gone for it. Well, they've taken the tactic of trying to catch the keeper out of the other end, but in doing so, the Demon Hawks have just turned possession straight back over to City Soccer. Well, tactically, was that the smart thing to do? Perhaps they thought, well, one goal for us wins it. Can we catch the keeper off? It's going to be a really good shot from there, though, to get it all the way downfield, all 65 yards or so.
And that was a mistake that KC2 made versus Demon Hawks last night in the quarters, where their goalkeeper tried to get the throw and get the quick goal, and it ended up turning it over to the Demon Hawks, who eventually won that match.
Kelsey Keown has come on. Erin Yenny on the ball. Back for Keown. MK down on this near side of your picture. Keown again. Yenny, they're sizing up. Who's going to take the shot? Back and forth it goes. It's winding like a clock towards a huge moment. Keown once more. City Soccer looking to level it. Yenny, they're trying to just work an overload on one side. Yenny again. Is she going to go? No, she's going to give it to Keown. Back for Yenny. She's put it over. And now multiple subs, so they've got to watch out, because here come the Demon Hawks, who, remember, only need one goal. Empty net at the moment. They lift it up. There's a chance to head it in for Powell. She takes it down, and they'll knock it in, and they've got their place in the $1 million match tomorrow night in Kerry. The Demon Hawks have done it.
And just a miscommunication by City Soccer results in the goal by number 8, who just had it on a platter and poked it in. Number 8, Alana. The build-up here, miscommunication. 2 players running the ball, leaves the goal open. Big cross in, settled well by Powell. Powell's going to get the assist, and just finished easily by number 8, Alana Pinero Alensar.
Well set up. Powell's been the goal-scoring hero of this team so far, but on this occasion she's the creator, because it's Alana who, from a yard out, had the time to take a touch and then just thudded into the back of the net and send the Demon Hawks in their first year at TST through to the final. Tomorrow night, this team, with that support behind them and the whole Vuvuzelas, are going to be playing for $1 million. A dramatic finish in target score time. And the second semi-final is coming up next. Join us on NBC for that. But for Sari Rose, this is Tony Husband saying goodbye for now, and we'll see you very shortly as US women take on Simply Football.